Hey there, welcome to the Pawpaw Chronicles and More with Jim. Well, today what I did was I came out here and I scarabed the grass around this tree. As some of you that have been following know, this is Canopus. It's a variety out of, I believe, Iowa, Red Fern Farms, produced by an individual with the name of Tom Wall. Now today what I'm going to do is I want to fertilize this tree. This right here is only about 5% nitrogen. It has the potash and everything in it. And I'm going to be generous with it. And this is a part where I've said time and time again, just don't graft it and forget about it. Five percent is pretty low in nitrogen, and it's more of a slow release type fertilizer. Releases over a period of time. Supposed to be good for 9 months. So I won't be fertilizing this tree this fall because of what I'm doing to it right now. It's not going to be necessary. Let me set that to the side. Man, it's a hot one. Now, I put 11 grafts into this tree, 11 pieces of scion. And out of the 11 pieces of scion that I stuck into this tree, all of it has taken. Every stick that I tagged into this tree has woke up and grown. I did this back in May 11th. Started on May 10th, went through May 11th, and finished it on May 12th. It's because I had to work. I was only able to work on it in the mornings. So I spent 3 days, a little bit at a time, working on it. Started at the bottom, worked my way up. That being said, you know, well, some of you that follow me know that I had created a Facebook group, and it too carries the name Pawpaw Chronicles, which we're getting close to our anniversary, first anniversary of the page. I created the page mostly because of content. Content that I gather from the page helps me figure out content for this channel. That being said, there's an individual that's a member on the page. He and I had a conversation, and he brought up the fact that grafted trees, they need calcium. They're seeking calcium out of the ground because of the wound that's happening between the scion wood and the rootstock. That being said, this led me to think, okay, let me go ahead and grab some bone meal, which just has 12% calcium, and I'm going to be generous because we have so many grafts going on in this tree. I want this tree to thrive. I want it to survive. There's a little bit of nitrogen in here, not much, 4%. And incidentally, the other bag had 5% calcium, but we want to give it some more calcium. And you can see that I'm being generous with this. There we go. Oh, make sure this water is good and cool before I been sitting out in the sun and talk a little more. Now I took a tool that's been around for a few decades, called a garden weasel, and I scarabed the ground and it pulled the sod but it doesn't pull the layer of dirt. It helps to pull the sod out of the ground and the grass, the root, to where I can get in there and work on this. That water seems pretty cool. Before I water it in, I have the garden weasel here, and I've explained before, when you rake it this way, it pulls the sod. When I turn it around, it works the ground. And I just want to work what I just dumped on here into the ground. I want it just below grade. There, pretty much disappeared into the ground. Let me throw this off to the side. Man, muggy. And water that in. I got the ground opened up with that weasel to be able to accept the water that I'm going to put onto it. Stick this on a shower. And I'm going to water that in real heavy. I can smell that plant meal. Or plant cone, should I say. I just want to try and get this watered in real good, get it down into the ground. I tried to research the ingredients of bone meal. I imagine it's going to be bone. I'm going to bet you it's got a lot of eggshells in it because it looks like there's fragments of chopped up eggshells whenever I spread it on here. It's almost dust, which makes it a plus. That means it's able to get in between the cracks and crevices of the ground, especially after I took the garden weasel to it and worked on it. That really opened up the ground, and I could see the water trying to seep down in there, which the tree ought to like that. There you have it. I've been working with pawpaws now for about 4 years. I've been growing other trees, as you all may know, and I just really started getting into the pawpaw in the last few years. And I really enjoy seeing results like this. Actually, the pawpaw is what gives me the door, opened opportunity to learn how to graft. I just grafted some persimmons out there in the field, trying to convert some males into females, and what I've learned from the pawpaw, I have applied to the persimmon. Although, from my understanding, it's all about timing. The grafting season for the pawpaw comes first, before the persimmons does. But as you can see, the tree is taller than I am and is doing very, very well. This one right here was one I grafted last year, Rigel, and it struggled a little bit, and I treated it the same way. And it looks like it's happy with what happened to it, but only time will tell. Anyhow, my name's Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Don't forget to click on that bell for notifications. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. You all have a God-blessed day.